Wayne Amelung, representing Jesus Christ of history. The historical resurrection of Jesus Christ, reasons to believe. Collected from numerous eyewitnesses' accounts. Luke chapter 1, verses 1 through 4. John chapter 20, verses 30 through 31. Military protection of the permanently sealed tomb. Matthew 27, verses 62 through 66. Report of the terrified tomb guards. Matthew 28, verse 4 and verse 11. Priestly bribes to lie and keep the resurrection quiet. Matthew 28, 12 through 15. The empty grave, tomb examined. Luke 24, verse 3 and verse 12. Apostles' serious doubts about Jesus Christ's resurrection reports. Luke 24, verses 10 through 11. John chapter 20, verses 24 through 25. The resurrected Jesus Christ confronted and scolded the serious doubters. Skeptical eyewitnesses were convinced. Luke chapter 24, verses 25 through 27 and verses 37 through 43. John chapter 20, verses 24 through 29. The changed apostles from terrified to fearless and bold for Jesus. Luke 22 compared with Acts chapter 4. Jewish public debates. Acts chapter 2, verses 13, verses 36 through 37. Chapter 3, verses 11. Chapter 3, verse 11 through chapter 4, verse 23. Acts chapter 6, verses 8 through 10. Acts chapter 7, verse 54 and 57 through 58. And Acts chapters 21 through 26. Still not convinced? Come on. Post-resurrection appearances of Jesus Christ to Mary Magdalene, Mark chapter 16, verse 9, to other women, Matthew chapter 28, verse 9, to 2 disciples, Luke chapter 24, verse 15, to 11 disciples, Luke chapter 24, verse 36, to Peter, 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 5, to the 10, Thomas absent, John chapter 20, verse 19, to the 11 disciples, John chapter 20, verse 26, at the Sea of Galilee, John chapter 21, verse 1, to 500 people at once. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 6, to 11 disciples in Galilee, Matthew chapter 28, verse 17, to James, 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 7, at the time of his ascension, Luke chapter 24, verse 50, and to Paul at his conversion, Acts chapter 9, verse 5, 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 8. These appearances were done over a period of a month and a half to numerous different people of numerous different personalities, of numerous different understandings, of numerous different backgrounds, and numerous different places. One, Jesus Christ resurrected from death in glory now. How awesome is that? So, turn away from your sins, receive Jesus Christ into your life, for God will hold you accountable for the knowledge you know about historical Jesus now. Receive him. Have a Jesus Christ day. Yes.